Do you ever see those like videos on social media or, you know, YouTube where like someone will be like at a grocery store and they will go and ask the person like, "Hey, I'm hungry." Like the person who's conducting the experiment will go and be like, "Hey, I'm really hungry. Do you mind if I um can I have a dollar, or like, do you have any food?" And then the person on the other end being super kind, they're like, "Yeah, of course, like, here's a dollar." And then he'll, you know, change and then become, this, and hand them like $1,000. I don't know. Something about that just seems a little scammy. And I get that, like, the reason why he's able to give them money is because of social media. However, like, people's egos are really, really, like, high right now. Not even right now, just people have really strong egos. And for him to do that and, like, I don't know, just kind of blast people, I don't like it. I don't like those social media. I don't like those social experiments. And I don't even like the social experiments that like make people look I don't know. I don't like social experiments. Um some of them are funny though. I like the ones that are genuinely funny. The ones who like make fun of people or like, do something that makes people, like the person on the other end, like pissed or angry. I don't think those are funny. Or the ones that are like really disrespectful. Those aren't fucking funny. Anyways, this isn't really what I wanted to talk about. It just so happens that was the first video that I saw on my TikTok page. I think I'm gonna wear a tinted moisturizer today because I need to use it. It's probably gonna expire soon. And I don't know where my concealer is. Fucking great. Yeah, the sun has been really like doing its thing this morning in these last few days. That's how I can usually tell the fucking time is about to change. The sun is up when I'm awake. Now I'm like, fuck, that means the time's about to go forward. God damn it. Anyway, so I was talking to my daughter how me and her dad met. And we didn't, and, I was telling her not how we met, but no, I did tell her how we met. I also was telling her about our first date and how it was a fucking red flag. You know what? The one thing I will say, your gut is never wrong. Your intuition, if you're a woman, your gut is never fucking wrong. And that's how I feel. My gut was never wrong about the situation. I just chose to ignore it. I don't ignore that bitch no more, but I chose to ignore it in my early 20s. And I guess I'll tell you how we met. I met him online. It was a website or like a dating site called Black Planet. I know, Black Planet. If you're old, you remember. If you're old and black enough, you remember Black Planet. And this fucking, I saw him and I thought he had really pretty eyes and I complimented his eyes. Like, your eyes are beautiful. Oh my God, this eyebrow looks horrendous. Oh my God. The sun is really horrible, so don't don't judge, okay? Um so anyways, I saw him, I complimented his eyes. He, responded, "Thank you, you look good yourself," blah blah blah. Back and forth of typical, dating website grammar, whatever. I don't remember details. So This man, we're back and forth talking. So he's following, so he's like, let's meet up. And I'm like, I gotta meet you in a public setting. I never wanted to meet a guy, like, you know, I take that back. I don't know. For some reason, I needed it to be a public setting. Met him up in a public setting. He came to my job. I used to work at Wet Seal at the time. Wet Seal in San Diego in El Cajon. So I worked there, and he came to visit me, right? And then, he exactly. I thought he looked like a fucking turtle. He's so skinny. Um, and whatever, like, he told me that he had a fucking girlfriend. Told me he had a fucking girlfriend. And I was like, what the fuck? Why the fuck did you come here? And I wasn't necessarily looking for anything serious. I wasn't looking for anything serious. I was just, I'm not gonna date I wasn't looking for anything serious, but I'm also not gonna date a guy with a fucking girlfriend. Like, let's be fucking for real. No, I can't wear tinted moisturizer today because I did my makeup wrong already. It's gonna be still gonna be a good day. Gotta put that shit in the universe. But yeah, I was just like, I'm just, what? I'm not looking for anything serious, but I'm also not looking to date a guy with a fucking girlfriend. Like, my standards were very low back in those days, but it was not that fucking low. Um, my phone is going off. I don't know where that bitch is. So, anyways, so I go, like, why the fuck would you come? Like, if you have a girlfriend, like, why would you come? And he was just like, because, I like you. And I was just like, whatever. I don't know what happened after that. I went home, I continued my shift at Wet Seal and kept it pushing, right? I didn't think I was going to hear back from this guy because I was very critical to him. Like, you had a fucking girlfriend and you're here meeting another girl. That's fucking weird. That's some weirdo shit. Like, I'm just not really interested. So he kind of got the hint. Then he hits me up like 2 weeks later and is like, I don't have a girlfriend anymore. And I'm like, all right, bet. Like, let's meet up. So then he came, and mind you, I didn't have a car. So, like, every, I had a ton of guys. I'm not saying I had a ton of guys because most of these guys I wasn't having sex with. I was just using them for like rides and like dinner if I want to go to movies. Like, I was just using these guys. Guys are stupid because I would never. But I didn't feel like I needed to put out. Anyways, he went, he called, so he came pick me up. Um, at the time, my roommate slash friend, best friend at the time, was like, "Oh my God, like, you're gonna stay the night at his house?" And I was like, "Yeah," because he lived really far. He lived in San Diego. Like, it was just not like where I lived. I lived in El Cajon, and he lived like towards. If you know San Diego, you know El Cajon is out, and where he lived like near like the stadium, um, Qualcomm Stadium. Okay, he lived over there, Hillcrest ish area, and that's not necessarily close. It's about a 45-minute drive, depending on the day. Anyway, so he picked me up. I was gonna stay the night. He was gonna make me dinner, and where he lived in this house. He lived in this apartment where his car would go in an alley to park. What time is it? Okay, good on time. It would go in an alley to park. So as we're driving down this alley after we went to the grocery store, got groceries, got some wine, um, and as we're going down this fucking alley, he's like, there's I see, we see some headlights in front of us. And I'm just thinking, okay, somebody else driving down the alley. It's not a private alley, like the fuck? Girl. He's like, stay in the car. Whatever. It is his most recent girlfriend. She's there. His most recent girlfriend. He's like, stay in the car, lock the door. The fuck? All right, like, I ain't do shit. I was so young and stupid at the time. She gets out of the car, and he gets out of the car, and he meets up with her, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" She's like, "You got another bitch already? You got another bitch already? Hello? You got another bitch already?" She's fighting him. She's whooping his ass. She whooping his ass, right? Whooping his ass. He's like, and I could see her like she headbutt him. She headbutt this nigga. She headbutt him, and he's kind of disoriented. She's getting in her car. He's like, "Take my truck and leave. Take my truck and run." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I'm taking my time. No, she's looking at me like, "Bitch, get out of the car!" Like, "Bitch, get out of the car!" And I'm like, putting my rings on. Not the time I had hair. Put my hair up. Bitch, who are you talking to? All right, like I don't know you, but I guess we fighting today. I was stupid. I was young and stupid. I don't know what I was gonna do. I still to this day wouldn't have got out the fucking car. I don't know you. I don't know this bitch. I'm not dying. So he's like, "Take my car and run." And I'm like, okay. So then I hop in the driver's seat. Hop in the driver's seat. And I'm trying, and this is a very narrow alley. So, like, there is no making a quick U turn. No, you gotta, like, go up, go up, back up. Like, you gotta do all that. And, running, driving his truck, and all of a sudden, like, I could see her behind me. I could see her, like, behind me, like, chasing me in her little Mustang. If it was a red Mustang, her little Mustang chasing me. And we get around the corner, and she finally pulls up next to me. She's like, "Okay, pull over. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, flip out. I promise I'm not going to hurt you. I want to talk to you. I just want to fucking talk to you." So I'm like, "All right," pull over. And I crack the window down on the passenger side. She goes to the passenger side. And she's like, "He told me he loved me. We just broke up literally 2 days ago." Like, this nigga broke up with this woman the night he broke up with her, or she broke up. I don't know who broke up with who. Called me and scheduled a date the day of. This guy is insane. So, um, she reached into the car, grabbed his work phone, and took off. And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I look at him, and he's running down the street behind me, and he's like bloodied. His like nose is bloody, his mouth is bloody. He's just all kinds of bloody, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What happened? Like, where's my phone?" And I was like, "Oh, she reached in and took that shit." And we had to get the police called um, that night. He's on the phone with his parents, and like, and I'm still here. I'm still here, and I should have left. I should have fucking left. But I don't know. I just wanted to just make sure he was okay. I had a kind heart in my early 20s. I felt bad for the guy. Um, he ended up losing that tooth. He ended up losing his front tooth. I mean, he of course it's a now like an implant. It's an implant now, but he lost his fucking tooth and has a restraining order. And I don't know like when it expired or if it does expire. I don't know how restraining orders work. I don't know how that shit works. But yeah, it was a minute. She they went to court. She had to return some shit, and he had to return. She had to pay for his dental implant. Like, it was bad. Um, I still chose to date this guy for another couple of years. I met him, and I at the time I was 20. I was 20 years old. Okay, 20 years old, and I was stupid. My daughter was the best thing that came out of our relationship. Um, after she was born, we didn't stay together long. Actually, we stayed together for like another few years. I take that back. We stayed together for a minute. And then, yeah, we went our separate ways. Um, but I always look at that as a red flag because honestly, like my daughter's dad, he's an amazing father. And he ended up, getting married, and I really love his wife. She's really cool. We weren't always cool, but I don't know. I like her a lot, and but he's I don't know. He's a good person now because that's no longer not my monkey, not my circus. But at the time when we were together, he put me through a lot. It was a roller coaster being with him. I have no regrets because I do owe my strength to him. He made me strong in so many ways. He made me strong and not because like he taught me to be strong or like he made me strong because I'm a mom now. Okay. What he put me through, I'll never go through again. Um, I'm able to tell people and tell my girls and my nieces and nephews my story so that they don't make the same mistake. And, and other young women who, or men, honestly, that need advice, that experience. I have that experience to pass on. Anyway, so this is getting a little long and I have to go to work. I have to find something to wear and bitch, find something to wear and go to work. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And I say everyone because I do love that I have at least 8 followers and it's beautiful. I love every single one of, I love it. I mean, somebody out there is looking at me like, this bitch is crazy, but I like what she's got to say. And that makes me excited. It only takes one person to change the world. I mean, look what's happening in our government. Oh, the 1%. The 1%. Anyways, have a good day.